Former Attitude magazine editor Matthew Todd has written a book about the rise of gay rights, and it's a celebration, really, isn't it?
It's a celebration, yeah, absolutely.
It's a cracking celebration, and really interesting to see how far things have come. Still got a ways to go.
Still got a way to go, but yeah, it's amazing, and the anniversary is an amazing opportunity just to celebrate all the amazing people that have fought, that started the movement, and it's kind of emotional as well to think that, especially today, the young people, if people are coming out, they have a much better experience. There's, you know, families and friends and people who are very supportive. Back then, it wasn't like that. You know, obviously, it was illegal just 6 years before I was born, which is incredible. So it's an amazing thing. I think it's really important that young people know about the history.
I agree with you, and sort of acknowledge the pioneers. You know,
we wouldn't be here without them.
Men and women who actually stood up at a time where, you know, they were absolutely vilified. You know, it's hard to imagine now what it was like then.
When, I mean, I remember Ian McKellen, you know, had friends who went to prison just for being gay. So I think it's really easy to forget. The changes have been absolutely huge, life-changing. It's incredible. And even me, when I wrote this book, I thought, oh, I know it all, but there's just so many people I didn't know about, because we don't get taught the history. It's very controversial, you know, as we see what's happening in Birmingham. It's even controversial sometimes to even teach that gay people exist, let alone to talk about the history. And they're kind of, I think of these people as being similar to like the suffragettes and the people who changed the world, really.
That's a really good analogy, actually. That makes sense. You mentioned Birmingham, and that does show that we've got a long way to go. I mean, this is all about relationships education. That's what it is. And included in that, there will be LGBT, will be included in that. And yet, this is what I don't understand what these people are scared of. What would you say to the people that are demonstrating?
I would just say this is just about teaching that the world is a diverse place now. You know, most people have mummies and daddies. Some people just have mummies, some people just have daddies. Some people have two mummies and some people have two daddies. And that's it, really. It's really as simple as that. It's just about teaching love and tolerance for everybody. And goodness me, we all need that. It's so important.
We sure do. I mean, we do live in a place where part of the United Kingdom, you're not allowed to get married to somebody of the same sex if you happen to, you know, if you're a boy who happens to love a boy or a girl who happens to love a girl.
Northern Ireland,
not allowed to do that.
Change it. It needs to be changed. It shouldn't be something we should be discussing. It should just be changed. Just press the button, sign it, move on. There's so many important things that we need to be talking about. Life is difficult for, you know, there's crazy things happening in the world. These things are not that important. They should have been changed, and we should have all just moved on, and that should be that.
It's what I said to you. I just don't understand what people are scared of, what people are frightened of, what they think is going to happen.
It's all about fear.
And that's why this book is really important, because we're looking back and we're also looking forward. One of the images that really struck me, and I don't think at the time we realised how important it was, but we sure do now, was Princess Diana shaking the hand of somebody who had AIDS. And at a time, I mean, now that's just like, well, of course. What's the big deal? At the time, that was a massive deal, wasn't it? That was huge. Yeah,
it's amazing. And I remember that very well. You know, I would have been about 13 or 14. It was very difficult growing up. So my last book was about, you know, it affected my self-esteem, and I felt very depressed about just being a gay person, because there was no one saying it was OK. And for Princess Diana to shake hands with someone who was HIV positive, who had AIDS, was life-changing. I mean, it went all across the world, and bless her, it's so sad that we lost it, because we never really got a chance to really say thank you.
That's true, because I don't think people realise the implication that had and the impact that had. It was massive, all over the world, Absolutely. And Prince William, of course, our wee boy, he was on the front of Attitude. Who would ever have thought that would happen?
I know, I was very excited about that. He said to me, actually, when we did it, he said, don't ask me to take my shirt off. Because he knew the magazine. I was like, well, now you've mentioned it, I'm going to hold you to it. No, he was amazing. He was absolutely lovely, and I was so thrilled. And actually, that was the main reason for me that I asked him, because Diana had meant so much to me as a teenager. And I just thought, if she was here, she would be on the cover of Attitude. I mean, it should be in all the gay clubs. Oh, no, she'd be doing all the gay magazines. She could have a cabaret act now. Bless her, love her. So I just thought, I can imagine when he did that, somewhere she would be saying, thumbs up.
Absolutely.
Thumbs up, son.
And you forget now, you're right, people like her, Elizabeth Taylor, Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna.
All of these pioneers, you know. I mean, you've got a brilliant picture in here of the whole sort of Paris is Burning and all of that happened in New York and changed attitudes.
I'm still really grateful to her. Still, you know, there with the support from Madonna. And and you know yourself too. You've been you've been good to us. An honorary gay.
That was the proudest moment of my life.
That was a good night. It's a very celebratory book. So I think if someone's got a child that comes out as LGBTQ, I think it's a really positive thing to give to them. To say this is you're part of a community, you're part of a movement. You didn't just kind of come out of nowhere. There's been thousands and thousands of people working really hard to get us into the place we're in now.
Exactly, and you're not on your own.
You're not on your own. You're not on your own. There's so many people out there that are there to support you and help you.
And it's okay.
It's okay to be gay, yes. LGBTQ, yes.
Speaking as an honorary gay, I can say that very absolutely. Matthew, thank you. It's a beautiful, beautiful book, and the images are amazing and the stories behind it. I learned so much.
Oh, I learned so much writing it for things I didn't know, but thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. And Matthew's story, the book, Pride, the Story of the LGBTQ Equality Movement, is out right now.